There is chaos in the world. It comes in a variety of shapes and sizes, at individual and family levels, as well as from within larger corporations and even higher cosmic levels. But why is it so pervasive? Well, because it's the natural state of everything. Entropy is another, more scientific sounding word for the degrading force of chaos, which seeks to ruin anything and everything. Now, it requires effort and energy to set things right again, to put them back in order. It is the forceful and rightful application of this effort and energy that will help keep chaos at bay in our own personal lives. It'll help us live peaceful lives of purpose and meaning and make our institutions more aligned to their duty. Dr. Jordan Peterson lays out 12 rules to help turn this chaos into order. And the rest of this video is based off of Jordan Peterson's book, The 12 Rules for Life, which seem to be a great list of cliches to live a happy, meaningful, and successful life. Number 1. Stand up straight with your shoulders back. Standing up straight does two powerful things. It exerts dominance and confidence, and it also shows that you accept responsibility. Further research has actually shown that a physical stature, even a small muscle movement, can affect your emotions. For example, gradually making a sad face will make you feel sad. Likewise, having a stooped posture with your head hanging low leaves you susceptible to appearing as though you're lower status. Now, it's hard to accept responsibility for your actions when you're slouching or sprawled out on the floor. By being upright with your shoulders back and your feet shoulder width apart, you exude a confidence and a willingness to take meaningful action. It is this that separates people from animals, being able to recognize your own actions. Number 2, treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping. There's a famous golden rule that goes, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Now, the truth is, many people are terrible at looking at themselves. This is often seen at research from the medical field. People don't take their medicine. They don't take it at the right time. They don't take the right ones, and they don't take the right amount of medicine. However, people are usually really good at taking care of their pets. Think about it. You buy them food, you feed them every day, you wash them when they need it, and if they start limping or puking, you take them straight to the vet. So, improve your own health, exercise your mind, motivate yourself, and seize the greatness that is within you, if not for yourself, then to be better able to take care of those that you love. Number 3, make friends with people who want the best for you. Friends are amazing. They add excitement, humor, and joy to your life. Without friends, people become a shrunken shell of what they could become, a so-called dark and twisted hermit. Friends also act on one another, driving one another to become something different. For example, a group of men who are friends probably look very similar to each other, have the same habits, whether they're good or bad, and laugh at the same jokes. And because of what friends can do to us, we have one heavy responsibility to choose friends that will be healthy influences and not toxic ones. Choose your friends carefully. Number 4, compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. Assigning value to something is entirely natural. In a more common use of the term value, people use it to measure themselves against the progress of other people. He makes more money, her children are smarter, they drive a better car. This is utterly and inherently self-destructive. These kind of beliefs will build resentment, anger, and self-loathing, not only for the other person either, but for yourself. All of this diminish your own sense of self, your personal valuation, and your feeling of autonomy. Therefore, you should strive to become a better person, even if it's just a 1% better each week than you were before. If you do this continually for 71 weeks, you'll be twice the person that you were before. Number 5, don't let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. At first glance, this rule might sound a little strange. Suppose a child is treated in one of two ineffective parenting styles, either permissive or authoritarian. Permissive parents dote on their child, even when the child has done something bad or wrong. On the other hand, authoritarian parents are at the other end of the spectrum, layering on so many rules and iron-fisted punishments that the child feels they have no sense of reasonable freedom. Let me say I have no children, and I'll be the first to say that parenting is a bloody difficult task. However, in both of these cases, the child will be socially stunted and have problems fitting into the broader society, because we all know there's a bunch of intricacies and gray moral areas. If a child's parents are to love them and support them, but are driven mad by certain things that the child does, then there's a low likelihood that anyone else in society will also tolerate that kind of behavior. And if society doesn't tolerate him, it could leave the child feeling isolated and with all kinds of problems. Basically, if you don't like something that your child does, neither will society, so it's your job as a parent to put an end to it. Also, you need to understand as a parent your own capacity for bad and egregious behaviors, and try to introduce your child to the world in appropriately sized doses. Again, I don't have children, but this is what the book recommends. Number 6, set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. How is someone supposed to set themselves in perfect order? This kind of question misses the entire point. The idea is not that you must live perfectly, but that you must be willing to deeply introspect and examine your life and your choices in order to prevent future mistakes. Basically, stop doing things that are objectively bad for you or that you know to be a bad idea. For example, this could be stopping smoking or maybe letting go of a toxic relationship. Don't rush to judge and blame others for the problems of the world. I think this step can be summed up in one quote: "If every man sweeps his own porch, then the whole world would be clean." Number 7. Pursue what is meaningful, not what is expedient. President Kennedy put it eloquently in 1962. "We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard." Nobody ever said that life was fair. Nobody ever said that we were born to live a happy life. Everyone will endure suffering. And if you don't think you're suffering right now, then you need to know you are in the few of the billions of people who have lived on this planet and suffer, and they suffer daily. Anyways, I like Jordan's idea that life isn't supposed to be happy, it's not supposed to be fair or fun, it's supposed to be meaningful. That means you will suffer, but your suffering should be worth the life that you live and the life you're leaving behind. Again, do what is meaningful, not what is fun or easy in the moment. Number 8, tell the truth, or at least don't lie. Social trust is a difficult thing to achieve and can be quickly lost through an indiscretion or even a simple misunderstanding. Social trust is crucial, and not just for well-functioning businesses, but also for sustaining the forward progress of society and the happiness of the individuals within that society. The truth in this instance comes with a big T. It's a conglomeration of personal truth of experiences, the keeping of promises and contracts, and the accurate description and understanding of reality. Here's a little example. You might say that 70 degrees is warm, and I might say that 70 degrees is cold. In a sense, we are both telling our own truths, even if they're different. The important part is to tell your own truth. Number 9, assume that the person you're listening to might know something that you don't. If what you hold to be true must be forced upon others, is that truth that you hold really that powerful? A part of the truth is that you shouldn't have to proclaim it. Others should find it through their own research. If it's so true and righteous, then it should be able to withstand honest scrutiny and either emerge stronger, be modified, or be cast aside as a lie. Social progress and personal development will only happen if people are willing to take a deep look at themselves and realize that while they might know a great many things, in comparison to the great sea of all human knowledge in the cosmos, any one person knows practically nothing. I think this can be summed down into being humble, because if you're humble, you will always listen to other people. Number 10, be precise in your speech. When two or more people debate or discuss a particular topic, precision in speech is very important because without it, it becomes impossible to understand exactly what is being discussed. For example, if there's an argument between a couple, it does no good to dredge up things of the past. Instead, you should try to focus on what's causing the problem right now. Don't use a paint roller when a fine brush will do. As another example, when some people say faith, what they mean is belief without evidence, while other people mean complete trust. And these are two very different things, and I suppose the difference is the cause of many debates. For example, you might have belief without evidence that when you sit in a new chair, that it will hold you up, even if you have no evidence of the chair's weight limits or you've never seen someone else sit in it. However, you might also have complete trust that when you sit down in the same chair that you've sat in for years, which again is a form of evidence, that the chair will hold you up. In both cases, the people will say that they had faith that the chair would hold them up, but they mean different things. Being able to describe exactly what you do not understand or what makes you unhappy or unproductive is the first step in improving any situation. If there is a problem, the first step is to clearly define it. Number 11, do not bother children when they're skateboarding. As mentioned earlier, there's two detrimental styles of parenting, permissive and authoritarian. Even more prevalent today is the style of helicopter parenting. Now this kind of parenting is very controlling, but it comes with a warm, pleasant, and a helpful face. The helicopter parent lives a life of perpetual fear for their child, that maybe their child will eat a piece of Halloween candy that contains a razor blade. This kind of thinking leaves children unprepared for the rough and tough environment of school, unsure of how to navigate novel social situations, and completely unable to take appropriate and calculated risks whenever they become adults. Skateboarding teaches children about their own limits, and it uses the pain of failure as a learning tool for setting boundaries, which, as you know, can be modulated as your skill increases. You can do more difficult tricks. Skateboarding, along with other physically demanding activities, teaches children how to handle their own fear and when to push against it. Ultimately, you end up with two very different children who will grow up into two very different adults, risk takers and the risk averse. Each of these types of adults have their strengths, and to put it bluntly, if your house or apartment building catches fire, who do you want rushing in to rescue you? One who knows how to control their fear, or one who is dominated by it? Number 12, pet a cat when you encounter one on the street. The point here is not to seek out every cuddly creature on the sidewalk or in the wild and try to give it a pat on the head, because some cats are feral and some dogs are service animals that are best left alone to their work. What this instead means is that people need to stop what they're doing from time to time and just be present in the moment and appreciate the wonderful beauty and peace that is all around us. You hear on the news all the time about bad things happening, but for example, the United States has way less murders happening now than happened 100 years ago. Almost everyone has the availability to the wide knowledge of the internet. Basically, everyone has access to clean running water. Take some time to appreciate the little things. Now, as I end this video, I hope you guys really enjoyed this summary and the new style of video. And if you want more book summaries exactly like this one and to help support my future work, go ahead and check out practicalpie.com/PGA, where I create animated book summaries just like this one. Practical Growth Academy only costs $17 a month and it's free to cancel anytime you want to. Plus, I'll even send you a $20 Amazon gift card to cover your first month. I hope you gained something valuable out of this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.